10. The weight of awareness. They see what others ignore. Have you ever been in a place where you were the only one who noticed something strange? Maybe you saw a pattern that no one else did, or sensed a vibe that no one else mentioned. It's like you're wearing X-ray vision goggles that let you see through all the fake smiles and empty words. While everyone else is busy sipping their Kool-Aid, you're over here with your third eye wide open, seeing things for what they really are. You might think it's a superpower, and in some ways it is, but it's also a heavy burden to carry. After all, how can you save people from a fate they don't even know they're facing? It's like trying to warn someone about a monster under their bed when they've got their head buried in a book. Sure, you might be able to scare them off for a while, but eventually they're gonna go to sleep anyway, and then the monster's gonna get them. 9. Echoes of ancestors. Their past isn't just their own. Have you ever met someone who just gives you the heebie-jeebies? Like their vibes are so off that you can't help but feel like they're hiding something spooky from their past? Well, turns out those bad vibes could be more than just their own demons. What if their ancestors are hanging around, causing chaos in the family reunion? Some say that our family tree doesn't end with our parents, but stretches back through time to include every ancestor that came before us. And while some family members might have been total studs, others might not have been so above board. You know, maybe they dabbled in a little dark magic, or made some shady deals with creatures from beyond the grave. Well, those deals don't disappear after they die. Nope, they come knocking for their descendants too. So if you're feeling like your family's got a shady past, it might not be your imagination playing tricks on you. You might be picking up on the echoes of your ancestors and their unfinished business. 8. Whispers in the void. They hear voices no one else can. Have you ever been in a situation where you heard a voice that no one else could? Maybe it was a whisper in your ear when no one was around, or a sudden idea that popped into your head out of nowhere. Turns out, you might not be going crazy. There are some folks who are extra sensitive to the whispers of the void. And let's just say, it's not always a good thing. Imagine being able to hear the thoughts and feelings of everyone around you, all at once. Sounds like a superpower, right? Well, it can be a bit overwhelming. It's like trying to listen to a conversation with 1,000 people talking at the same time. You might pick up on some truly inspiring messages from the universe, but you'll also hear some pretty negative vibes from people around you. Not exactly the love fest you were expecting. But hey, at least you'll never be bored again. 7. Marks of distinction. Their bodies bear the hallmarks of their destiny. You know that saying, you are what you wear. Well, it turns out you are also where you're going. Ever heard of a birthmark? These are spots on your body that were already there from the moment you entered the world. Kind of like a pre-installed sticker that tells everyone who you are and where you're headed. But birthmarks aren't just little brown spots. They're like cosmic signposts that tell you where you're headed in life. And let's just say, it doesn't always lead to the mall. If your birthmarks look like a tiny compass, then congratulations, my friend, because you're probably headed for an adventure. Your path might take you far from home and into uncharted territory, but don't worry, because you've got the guidance of the cosmos right there on your body. Just make sure you don't miss the memo and end up in the wrong dimension. 6. Mirror reflections. They face their true selves in the mirror. Have you ever looked in the mirror and seen a stranger staring back at you? Maybe you caught your reflection doing something weird, like eating a bug or wrestling an invisible opponent. Well, it turns out that some people have regular old boring mirrors, while others have portals to alternate dimensions. And let's just say, the creatures on the other side aren't always friendly. If you've ever watched a horror movie, you know that mirrors are like portals to another dimension, where all your deepest fears come to life. But for some people, this is a daily occurrence. Not just a once-a-year Halloween special. Their mirrors show them their true selves, flaws, and all. And it's not always a pretty sight. But hey, at least they're getting real-time feedback on their facial expressions. That's gotta count for something, right? 5. Star-crossed lovers. Their love stories aren't their own. Have you ever been in love? Yeah, me neither. But even I know that love stories aren't always as simple as boy meets girl. Boy says, "I love you," and happily ever after. Sometimes the universe has other plans and throws a wrench in the relationship, like a forbidden romance, an unexpected breakup, or a surprise baby. Yep, we're talking about those epic love stories that are straight out of a Greek tragedy. And it turns out that some people are destined to live their own personal love sagas, complete with star-crossed lovers and tragic endings. So if you've got a type, be careful. You might just be signing up for a front row seat to your own love story, whether you want it or not. Just remember, Romeo wasn't the only Montague who ended up dead by story's end. 4. Trials of resilience. Their battles aren't always visible. Ever heard the phrase, "You can't see me"? Well, it turns out that some people take that advice to heart, both literally and figuratively. If you've ever had to deal with bullies, you know that sometimes the hardest battles aren't fought with fists or weapons, but with words. And for some people, their greatest enemies are invisible to everyone except them. Now, we're not talking about run-of-the-mill haters. We're talking about those times when you feel like the whole world is against you and no one can see what you're up against. It's like fighting a war that no one knows about and winning without anyone knowing about it either. No parades, no medals, just the satisfaction of knowing that you survived and came out stronger on the other side. But hey, who needs validation from others when you've got the respect of your own heart, right? 3. Unseen guides. They walk with companions no one else can. Have you ever felt like you weren't alone? Maybe you felt a presence by your side or heard footsteps behind you, even though you were all alone. Turns out you might not be as lonely as you think. Some people are blessed, or maybe cursed, to have guides that walk with them through life, offering wisdom, comfort, and protection. These guides might appear in different forms, like a spirit animal or a wise old hermit. But one thing's for sure, they're not from the local zoo or retirement home. Nope, these guides come from beyond the veil and have a special connection to the chosen ones. They're like personal John Hancocks, except instead of giving you advice on how to get ahead at work, they're helping you navigate the twists and turns of life with grace and style. 2. Forgotten origins. Their past holds secrets that could change everything. You know that saying, those who don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. Well, it turns out that some people don't just have a hazy memory of their past. They've completely blanked out. It's like they woke up one day with no clue who they are or where they came from. Cue the dramatic music as they set out on a journey to uncover their forgotten origins. Along the way, they face perilous challenges and uncover long-buried secrets that could change everything they thought they knew about themselves. And let's just say that some truths are better left buried. But hey, at least they'll have a great story to tell when they finally piece together their past. Just don't be surprised if it takes a few detours through magical lands and encounters with talking trees before they get there. 1. The ultimate sacrifice. They are destined to make the ultimate sacrifice. Ever played a video game where the main character has to make the ultimate sacrifice to save the world? Yeah, me too. But it turns out that some people aren't just playing make-believe. They're actually destined to make the ultimate sacrifice in real life. Talk about a plot twist. From the moment they're born, they're mocked for greatness, and their path is set. They're gonna save the day, but not without giving up something truly precious. Think of it as the ultimate commitment. a promise to give everything for a cause greater than themselves. But hey, at least they'll go out as legends, right? Just don't expect them to stick around for the sequel. After all, they gave their all for the greater good. So the very least we can do is remember their sacrifice and maybe make a few more videos about it.